Hi all, this is Once a Future Gamer and welcome to another Pokemon Challenge. Last time we did a ROM hack as we tackled Pokemon Unova Red with the Elemental Monkeys. That was fun, if a little frustrating in places. Today though, we're staying in the main series, we're staying in Kanto and asking the question of whether or not I can beat Pokemon Fire Red with a single Meditite. Now, Meditite is a dual Psychic and Fighting type, weak only to Ghost and Flying, resisting Fighting and Rock. Both defences are okay with 55 in both, while the speed is our best stat at 60. Both attack stats are at 40, but there's an asterisk on the physical, and the HP is the worst at 30. So, interesting combo. That 280 base stat total is the same as Budgew, Cottony, Mareep, Rockruff and Slackoff, amongst others. The moveset isn't bad. I think the fact we get two opposing types of stab is interesting. We learn plenty of normal and fighting moves with a few psychic type attacks thrown in. That said, most of the best moves are probably from TM. Return, Brick Break, Shadow Ball, Rock Tomb, hey, even Bulk Up might be handy. Because of the ability, Pure Power, it's probably worth going down the physical attack route, it doubles the attack power. We don't start with a damaging move though, which is unhelpful, it could make the first bit of the game annoying. I think I can do this, but there'll probably be some interesting fights towards the end of the game. Lance might be tricky, and how often do you get the chance to say that? Plus, I'll probably need to be max level to beat the rival fight at the end. So, just on the rules then. In combat, I can only use Meditite. Other Pokemon will be needed for HMs, but unable to throw a punch. The only items I can use in battle are held items and Pokeballs. And last of all, no glitches or exploits. I use the UPR to replace Bulbasaur with Meditite, giving our rival Charmander. This will probably be the hardest for us to fight as it resists our fighting type and is capable of inflicting super effective damage on us with flying moves. We nickname her Yogi and she has the mild nature, so that's increased special attack and low defense. Meh, I can live with that, could be better, could be worse. The first rival fight will be awful as our only two moves are Bide and Meditate. Charmander is faster, so it scratches repeatedly while we're storing energy, unleashing it at the wrong time. We very quickly lose. Okay, we'll sort this out. I'll EV train on Pidgeot and Rattata to get some speed. EV's pretty sharpish. Once I get Confusion at level 9, I'll EV train on Mankey to build that attack stat. I grind 10 levels on Route 22, most of it on Mankey, and then go after the rival for a bit of revenge. I one-hit his Pidgey with Confusion before Charmander comes out and survives that very same move. I then hit it with Hidden Power for the finish when it's my turn to attack again. Still trying to work out what type it is. I know it's not resisted by fighting, normal, flying or fire, so I guess I'll keep wondering. It turns out later my Hidden Power is fighting type, so that's not particularly useful on the surface. Oh well, Brock time. It's easy as I one-shot Geodude with Hidden Power and then very quickly do the exact same thing to Onix as well. I get the TM for Rock Tomb and figure this will probably be useful somewhere. It's inaccurate in this gen, but as we're weak to flying, it's a handy counter. I take a fossil in Mount Moon and teach Yogi Mega Punch. It's not a long-term solution, but I want it for Misty. And on the subject of that, let's see if we can slap her down. I don't like the accuracy on this move. It's going to be replaced as soon as I can get a better normal type move. Anyway, Misty fight. Staryu gets beaten down with a single Mega Punch before Starmie lands a Water Pulse and then gets smashed with the same move, surviving with a third of its health left. A second Mega Punch takes it out. I head north and Rod reappears. Our running battle currently stands at 1-1, one defeat, one victory each. Our superior level and ability comes out on top, as Yogi bangs out Pidgeotto with Hidden Power. She then blasts Rattata with the same move. Charmander gets struck down with Hidden Power before Yogi hits Abra with a Mega Punch that has all the power of an oncoming train. Take that, Rod. He gets a chance for redemption very shortly afterwards on the SSN. He doesn't take it as Pidgeotto goes down to a crit Hidden Power. Raticate comes out, bares its teeth and then gets murdered by Hidden Power. Kadabra is next and I go for Mega Punch to deal massive damage before Charmeleon also gets punched in the head and goes down hard. Electric type gym leader is Surge next. Yogi does not struggle in this fight, hitting first Voltorb with the newly acquired Brick Break move. Pikachu goes down to a single Confusion because I don't want to risk static paralysis before the Raichu comes out and gets broken by a crit Brick Break. I don't even want to attempt to work out the damage calculation of a critical stab move doubled by our ability. It's good at defeating lightning mice, put it that way. In Lavender Town, I get first the TM for return to replace Mega Punch before I go after the rival. I also replace Meditate with Rock Tomb. This is when his team starts to shape up, so I need to be ready. I'll want to put Shadow Ball on Yogi for a bit of coverage, but otherwise this is probably the moveset we'll run with. Anyway, Pidgeotto goes down to Brick Break. I don't want it sand attacking me. When Gyarados comes out, despite it sharing a type with Pidgeotto, it's a far less dangerously annoying opponent, so I chance Rock Tomb. Even with Intimidate, it drops it in one hit. Execute goes down to Return. Kadabra also gets folded out by Return. And finally, Charmeleon. Return hits it hard and it goes down. Into Celadon City, it's a choice between Erica and Giovanni. I go for Erica. Victory Bell goes down to Return. I use the same move on Tangela and also knock it out with one hit. Last is Vileplume, and Return does the exact same job on it, smashes it down to the ground with little remorse. That was easy. How hard do we reckon Giovanni will be with a type advantage and a massive level advantage? Not very is the answer, as Onix and Rhyhorn both get clattered by Brick Break, Yogi reducing them to component pebbles in very quick order. Kangaskhan does manage to get an attack in, dealing decent damage with a crit fake out, but Brick Break beats her very quickly too. Where to next then, I wonder? After I clear out Pokemon Tower, I have the choice between Saffron or Fuchsia. I fear Koga might be harder, so I go for Sylph and it's smooth until I get to the rival fight. This is not a fight without an element of challenge. I lamp Pidgeot with Brick Break to take it out, and Charizard is next. You know that worry I had about the accuracy of Rock Tomb? Yeah, it misses, and Charizard lands Scary Face, and then Smokescreen, and then Rock Tomb misses again, and then a second Smokescreen, and then massive damage with Flamethrower. Eventually, Rock Tomb does take it out though. Execute goes down to Return. Next is Alakazam, who uses Calm Mind, and Return misses. It then goes for Future Sight, and Return lands to take it out. Gyarados is last, and with us weak, we go for 2 returns to knock it out. It lands 2 bites in exchange. I can't afford to screw around with Rock Tomb because of the impending Future Sight attack. 1 miss, and I'm done. Giovanni is the next opponent. Nidorino gets hit with Confusion. It survives and misses Fury attack before Confusion takes it out. Nidoqueen survives Return and poisons Yogi with Poison Sting before being finished off by Confusion. Kangaskhan goes down to Brick Break, and in the next fight, Rhyhorn goes down in very much the same fashion. Sabrina is next, and if we were pure fighting type, this might be a hard one. As it is, Kadabra goes down to just a single return. Venomoth is taken out by Rock Tomb. Mr. Mime goes down to Return. Last is the Alakazam, and Return beats it down hard. That gives us the 5th badge and a date with Koga in Future City. On the subject of that fight then, Coughing number 1 goes down to Confusion, Muck goes down to a single return, and that's normally one of the most obnoxious opponents in the game. Coughing number 2 goes down to Confusion, and Wheezing, his final option, gets taken out by a solo return. Well, that one was straightforward. I like it. Blaine is next on Cinnabar Island. It's all smooth until the Arcanine comes out. Growlithe goes down to a single return, even with Intimidate. Ponyta goes down to a solo return. Rapidash even goes down in 1 hit to return. Arcanine is last. A second Intimidate wrecks our attack even more. I choose to go for Rock Tomb and hit it with 2/3 of its health. It survives and lands Fire Blast, burning Yogi, which is not good as our attack is wrecked even further. Worse, it survives the next return and Blaine uses a full restore. Missing a second Fire Blast, that would have ended us. Victory comes from the jaws of defeat as Yogi, burned and battered, faces a fully rejuvenated Arcanine, and I call for Brick Break, only to get a crit and it goes down. 7 badges in hand, I move on. That one was fortunate. Okay then, Giovanni, let's do this thing. Rhyhorn number 1 goes down to Brick Break. Dugtrio goes down to Return. A crit Shadow Ball takes out Nidoqueen. I'm not sure it would have otherwise. Nidoking is 1 hit with Shadow Ball, and the second Rhyhorn gets taken down with Brick Break. Let's have what will probably be a harder fight now. It's another Rod battle, and given the trouble that I had with him in Sylph, this could be interesting. Anyway, Pidgeot gets smacked out by Brick Break. This time, Rock Tomb lands versus Charizard for the 1-hit KO. I took out 2 Rhyhorn priorly, and this one gets 1 hit with Brick Break just like they did. Execute is 1 hit with Shadow Ball. Alakazam gets 1 hit with Shadow Ball. And last is Gyarados, who puts up more of a fight than the other 5 did put together. Rock Tomb misses, and it lands Hydro Pump for decent damage. Rock Tomb hits the second time and does 3/4 of its health in damage before it goes for Rain Dance and gets taken out by Return. Anyway, Indigo Plateau and Elite 4 time. I genuinely can't see a scenario where we struggle here to get past any of them. How wrong will I be? Comment down below if you think this optimism is wildly misplaced. Here's our stats. At level 78, our speed is pretty good at 136. Our defences are at 91 for regular and 97 for special. And although our attack says 117, don't forget it's doubled thanks to pure power. So basically, if we hit first and land the blow, it's going to hurt. 2, 3, 4 in attack for a first form Pokemon is pretty good. Anyway, Lorelei, the Ice-type trainer, versus a fighting type. Dugong gets one hit with Brick Break and it sets the tone for the fight. It's Lapras's defense versus Yogi's attack and Yogi crushes it with Brick Break. Cloister, I'm worried about spamming Protect, but Brick Break takes it out easily. Slowbro is next and I one hit it with Shadow Ball. Last is Jinx and Shadow Ball does for her just as easily. So then, Bruno next. This one is marginally more of a challenge. Onyx number 1 gets smashed into pebbles by Brick Break. Onyx number 2 goes the same way very quickly. Hitmonlee is up next and it gets taken out with a Soul Return. Machamp is next and it actually survives Return but eats a berry to take it out of healing range. It lands Rock Tomb for minimal damage before a second Return takes it out. Return is then the move that one hits Hitmonchan. Try saying that 3 times very quickly. Agatha is third. This one depends on what order she sends out her Pokemon. If Arbok is last, then that'll be good, since Intimidate will be a problem otherwise. Given her other 4 have a type advantage against Yogi, I hope there's something in this. Gengar number 1 goes down to Shadow Ball. Golbat then comes out and goes down to Return. Gengar number 2 goes down to Shadow Ball. It gets Tense versus Arbok as it survives Return and poisons Yogi with Sludge Bomb. Agatha heals her Arbok and then I have to knock it out with 2 Returns and then Haunter gets taken out with a Shadow Ball before the poison damage can take us out. Incidentally, recently I did a challenge of OG Red with these very Pokemon. Check it out on the card. Sudden plug over and it's Lance next. This might be the hardest one of the lot, I reckon. Being intimidated to the full fight won't be pleasant, and I'm right. Gyarados goes down to a Rock Tomb and a Return, but lands Dragon Rage in exchange. Aerodactyl is fast enough to outspeed, which isn't good, and hits for massive damage with Wing Attack. Worse, our Brick Break isn't enough to take it out, and it finishes us off with Rock Slide. Okay, I'll go for a few more levels. For the rematch with Lance, I put the leftovers on. I just need to remember that the Everstone isn't on there any longer because I don't want Yogi to accidentally evolve. I'm at level 84 for the rematch. We'll probably hit 85 during the fight. Hopefully, we're a bit stronger and a bit faster for dealing with Lance's monsters. I land a Rock Tomb on Aerodactyl. We outspeed anyway, but it uses Scary Face and then we're slower. It lands a Hyper Beam and we finish it with Brick Break, but Dragonite comes out next. It is faster and knocks us out with Wing Attack. I could keep levelling, but I feel like there's a better way to do this. We're faster than Aerodactyl now, but we can't one-hit it. The attack drop from Gyarados is a problem, and it's something I'll have to deal with in the champion battle, potentially too. So, why don't I mitigate it? I happen to have the TM for Bulk Up in my bag, so I replace Rock Tomb. It might make the final Charizard fight harder, but if I can power up my attack, Return or Shadow Ball should be enough. Third try at Lance then, and I go with this strategy. 2 Bulk Ups versus Gyarados, and I get hit with Dragon Rage twice before I one-hit it with Return. Aerodactyl is one hit with Brick Break. Dragonite is one hit with Return. Dragonair number 1 comes out and gets one hit with Return. I decide to mix it up this as the last one and go for Shadow Ball for the victory. Right then, one last fight. Let's do this. Pidgeot is a solo hit with Brick Break, but he goes for Charizard next. Return leaves it with the slightest fragment of health left, but it one-hits us from full health with Fire Blast. Okay, that's a problem. I can't really afford to set up on Pidgeot because of the Feather Dance. That will cripple us. Plus, I think it still knows Sand Attack too. I'll fight back though, get another level or 2, and then we'll blow him away on the next fight. Alright then, the rematch is interesting. I go for Bulk Up straight away on Pidgeot, gambling the little attack. It goes for Sand Attack. Now, the whole fight is a gamble, but I do then knock it out with Brick Break. Charizard is one hit with Return. I go for another Bulk Up on Alakazam, but it does good damage with Psychic, so I have to lay it out with Return rather than build up more. Executor is next, and I blast it with Shadow Ball. Rhydon is next, and I go for Brick Break. So far, nothing has missed. The Sand Attack has been useless. What a waste of Rod's moves. Gyarados is last, and I go for Return. It also lands. Knocks it out, puts me in the Hall of Fame. Well, that was pretty easy. That ability is ridiculous. Simple, but fun. That's the way I like it. So, next time, then, as you probably might be wondering, I think I'm going to go back to Gen 2 and ask the question of whether or not I can beat Pokemon Silver with a single Hoothoot. That one could be interesting. If you have liked what you've seen here, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, just so you know when the next challenge comes up. Any ideas for Pokemon challenges, talk away, comment section here. There's my Twitter page too, @OnceandG, all one word. Anyway, we're almost out of time. I'm getting out of Kanto for a period of time. So this has been Once and Future Gamer saying thank you so very much for joining me. Take care now and have yourselves a great day. I'll see you on the next exciting challenge. Bye bye.